Nigeria judiciary system has done it again. Nigeria judiciary system has done it again. Say you now they see this guy face. According to what the government told us about this man, they say he's a notorious terrorist, a notorious hardcore one, to the point that this man don't buy many police and army officers. According to the way they tell us, oh, I don't know him personally, to the media and the way we know about this man. He don't buy many police, buy many people. Now, ISWAP commander. So they finally arrested this man. Carry and go court. Nigeria court sentenced him to 20 years in jail. You cannot make that shit up. You cannot make that shit up. You cannot make that shit up. I don't know why the government decided to do it. I don't know why the judiciary system decided to give a terrorist 20 years. And meanwhile, you know, remember, someone they said defended himself from being killed by a terrorist was given a death penalty. If you remember that case, I talked about that case. They say a federal high court in Abuja has convicted Hussaini Ismaila, a leader of Islamic State West Africa province, prosecuted by the Department of State Security on terrorism charges. He has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for a role in multiple terror attacks. 20 years. 20 years, my brothers and sisters. 20 years. 20 years. Maybe this man no actually do anything. No. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But if we are talking about terror, and because of what we are facing about terror in this country, don't you think the government need to stand a very decisive and very harsh place? Like a punishment that is so harsh in a way that it will compensate. It will compensate what people have gone through. Like if I hear the punishment, now punishment, me I go look the government, I go smile and say, "Kai, you not try for this one. I give you a hand, you're not actually serious." Not 20 years. 20 years. Meanwhile, people, a baby who was about 100 years ahead of him or her, they kpai am because of terror. A young man who was about 60, 70 years ahead of him, they kpai am because of terror. More than may get children, they kpai am because of terror. Our entire family who has a combination of 1,000 years ahead of them, they kpai them because of terror. And the man who assisted in doing so only got only 20 years. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. This shit is not being made up. It is there. It's not being able to talk and say, you see, notable people. Go and read about it, guys. Notable people, notable sites have posted about this man. My question is, make it make sense. Who go hear this kind thing? People make they don't buy their family. They go hear this kind thing and be like, oh, the government don't try. Listening to China's TV.
So, as some of these terrorists are wreaking havoc in some part of the country, some of them are on the run as security agencies are after them. Some of them have found themselves in the courtroom, one of which is the now prosecuted ISWAP leader who's now been jailed for 20 years over terror attacks. It was prosecuted by the DSS for alleged terrorism. Hussein Ismaila has been convicted of offenses of terrorism and sentenced to 20 years imprisonment by a federal high court here in Abuja. Justice Emeka Nwite pronounced the sentence in a judgment delivered after Ismaila, also known as May Tangaran, pleaded guilty to a 4-count terrorism charge brought against him by the secret police. The prosecution says Ismaila was a coordinator of the 2012 attacks on police headquarters in Bompai in Kano State, mobile police base, Kabuga Road, Kano State, Pharmaceutical Center Police Station, Kano State, Angwa Uku Police Station, Kano State, among others, in which many people were injured. Shortly after his arrest on the 31st of August 2017 at the Samia Baba village in the Gizawa LGA, Kano State, Ismail was arraigned on a 4-count charge brought under the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act and has now been jailed for 20 years over terror attacks today by a federal high court in Abuja.
So make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Was that a good judgment? Or maybe we are just reading the headlines, Maybe there is something that this man didn't really do. It was just part, no being actually do. I'm just trying to find a way to support the government, to give them excuse, to find an excuse for the government. That is what I'm trying to do here, if you notice. That's what I'm trying to do because I want to understand why and how they decided to do it. I want to understand why and how because it doesn't make sense. We should be a strong upholder in a way that we say, see, if you try this thing, this one on your feet, there is no redemption for you. Just like Russia. You understand? Just like Russia. Just like Russia. And meanwhile, VeryDarkMan and Mr. Jollof have been forgiven by the United Nigeria Airlines, according to media. Nigeria Story said the Nigeria Airline has accepted public apologies from social media influencer Mantis Otis, known as VeryDarkMan, and Freedom Otespoyi, popularly called Mr. Jollof, following a physical altercation on board one of his flights on Monday. So what does this mean? Does it mean that there won't be any form of punishment? That they are just going to let them go? Well, to my fellow Nigerians, let me know. Are you pleased that they are allowing Mr. VeryDarkMan and Mr. Jollof to go just like that without facing any form of disciplinary? Will they just go, let them go and let them continue their life and doing well with themselves? But I know say they exchange blow. They exchange blow for flight the other day. They exchanged blow for flight the other day. They fought well. It was a good fight. And after they fought, they went on their separate ways. They went to the police though. They were detained and I don't know if the police people settled them or they also allowed them to fight again before they settled them. But now we were expecting at least some few weeks banned or some months banned But you can see they allow them to go without any disciplinary. Or maybe they accepted the apology, but they are still trying to look at how to give them some, hammer them some punishment. Let me know, guys.